recording for 7 minutes and then realized, yeah, I didn't have my mic turned on. Yeah, that's one of those unfortunate things. So I'll have to go through this whole thing again, which is good because what I wanted to do anyway when I started recording, the first thing I said was I wanted to go widescreen. But well, I guess that was my cue to go ahead and go widescreen. Anyway, this is kind of a special live stream, and this is more for all the members on. I shouldn't say all, but like there's like 22 or 23. But for the members on Discord and players that are going to come in and help test this game here up in the upcoming week. So basically, I've only got one shop to go, guys. And I kind of added a feature in the game that I didn't plan on doing this soon. But I decided to play with it and explore with it, and I thought, yeah, it's the perfect time to do it. And this feature is basically it's a portable computer robot, which is great because the NPC player has the robot. That's where I got the idea from. But it's the timekeeper, and the timekeeper basically. I was going to put it in over here. I don't know if you guys remember. I was talking about the crypt keeper. Just going to go in over there. Well, I decided the timekeeper is going to go there. That's the first spot he's going to be. And the timekeeper basically, if I was going to explain how he works, let's go up to the map up here. And like I have 9 maps done so far. So the first timekeeper that I put in is over here at the Forgotten. And basically how the timekeeper works is, you can use your stones to fast travel. So if, let's say I have one here, I have one at the falls, which is actually the forge. I need to change that name. The pit and the pyramid. However far you travel, say if you want to go from the Forgotten to the forge, aka the falls, it would cost you 1,000 stone because it costs 1,000 per map space. So if you go to the pyramid, it is 1, 2. That's how it works. If you want to go to the pit, no matter which way you go, it's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So it's going to cost you 3, and so on and so forth. And there's going to be a lot of timekeeper positions. There's only one timekeeper. It's the same. It's the same bot, but it's basically be located in different areas where you can use it to access. The good thing about it is, too, what I did was I decided to take the timekeeper and make, see, here's the problem I was having. Let me get back down here. The problem that I'm having is I can't find where I am. Here's the timekeeper. This is where the crypt keeper was originally going to be, and then I decided, well, I'll put the timekeeper here. So the timekeeper, and we'll get into the crypt keeper, what he does later. He won't be here. The timekeeper, like I said, he lets you fast travel. So if you go to him, let's get back into adventure, just like we're playing the game. Because I really haven't tested him out. Anyway, this is a perfect time to do that. So let's go to adventure, and I keep erasing that. I don't know why. So okay, we're in adventure now. So let's say we want to. We're not going to time travel. We're just going to, fast travel. So basically, he's a robot. It's like, hello, I'm the timekeeper. I was created to serve as a fast travel. Where would you like to go? And then he has these places for you to go. Now, whenever you travel with the timekeeper, wherever you travel, let's go to the forge. It's going to cost us, say, 1,000 stones. We're here. Well, if you look over, there's a timekeeper. I need to adjust his name there, and I don't think he says anything, but he's going to say basically the same thing over and over and over and over. And if you can look, you can see where he is. You can go back to the Forgotten. Of course, the Forge isn't here because you're at the Forge, but now the Forgotten is here, and the Forgotten is, right there. So we can go back. This is the only area so far that he's not, port right on him. He's actually back here. But I put you there because this is not a very good view, to be puffed in here. You just, what the heck? So I put you in front of the dragon statue. So he'll take you different places for a fee. Like I said, the more maps you travel, the more expensive it gets. However, now if you see on there, the hub ship's on there. Now the thing behind the hub ship, and it costs the same amount no matter where you are. The hub ship is always 2,500. And I had to nerf it a little bit because players could take advantage of it, because the hub ship basically takes you right here in the beginning of the game, where you basically start right after the Hall of Knowledge. So this is where you pick your classic character, and if you're familiar and you watch the other videos, when you pick your character basically starts off with, let's say you're an elf. An elf has speed, and he has speed for, I think it's 40. I think I changed it to 40 real days. Meaning, if you played it for 8 hours, 8 hours, 8 hours, 8 hours, that's 24. Or that's 32 hours. If you played for 8, that's 24. That's 24 hours. That's one day. So you got to imagine that it would last a long time in the game. You probably finished the game before you even ran out of that. But the problem I was having is, if you die, you actually lose that ability, and there's no way for me to give you that back. So I found if I use the timekeeper, you could actually come back here and you could repick a class. So say you wanted, okay, I want to do something different. Now I want, and think about it, you're going to get free armor off it. This armor's not very good though, but the abilities are the best thing about them. So you'll be able to get not only the ability, but you'll be able to get some armor. None of it's really enchanted, except for there's a few players with enchanted items. Let me see, because I can't recall. Yeah, we got an enchanted bow there with infinity, I believe. It's got infinity and Unbreaking 3, I believe. And the same thing goes here. This one has Power 4 and Infinity or something like that. Not 100% sure, but yeah, so you get a little something. So I had to nerf it a little bit, and I know players hate once you start a game. I'm the same way. I start playing a game, and I'm like, oh, really good, and then they come in and nerf something. It's like, well, why did you guys make it that way? So I'm doing it in the very beginning. So basically, by nerfing it, I mean you can't travel back to where you came. There is no timekeeper here. He doesn't come to the hub. So you cannot just go back to where you came from. Say you were at the pyramid and you want night vision because the pyramid's dark. You can't just go, well, I'm going to go to the hub, change to the wolf who has night vision, and go back to the pyramid and have night vision. No, it doesn't work that way. What happens is once you pick your character, you're going to end up going right back. Let me pick a human because I don't want to waste the things I got in here. Human doesn't take anything. You're going to end up going right back, whatever character you pick, to the center of Eden. Just like that. So, well, excuse me, you're going to go to your ship first. So now you can get different views of the hub. Now open the door, get through the door. There you go. It puts the lotion on its skin. So you're going to start back here. Now that's the drawback. But now, as you can see, well, the human doesn't get anything. I'll have that of regeneration for 1 minute. This allows me not to be attacked by other players and stuff like that, yada, yada, yada. So I can get away from other players. So right in the beginning, somebody's camping out here. They can't just, kill you. You can actually have time to get away. So, yeah, but basically that's it. Speed ray, I've actually added another speed ray. Let me go back into, because I think you guys got the gist of what I'm saying, what I'm laying down. We're going to go back into creative. Give me a second, because I always have brain farts when I do this. So let's just go back over here real quick, and then I'll get back to what I was going to say about speed ray. So wherever you go, it doesn't matter. You can go to the pyramid. Voila, you're at the pyramid. Pyramid's right behind here, as you can see. But there's the timekeeper. Got to change his name as well. You can go to, and you can see it just goes in a circle. And I'll go get into how this is going to work here in a second. So as you go here, I didn't want to go to the forge. I wanted to go to the pit. But did I actually? Let me test that out. Did I actually maybe put in the wrong command? No. Okay. They've forgotten the pit's the first one. So you're at the pit. So, yeah, like I said, the timekeeper's everywhere. This guy's done. I don't think I have his writing in done, though. Yeah, I still got to do all his dialogue, but that's fine. That'll be very short. So, yeah, basically, there should be a break a hole here that I made. Yeah. So that's how the timekeeper works, and I put in some more treasure that are pretty cool. Put in some beds, started my workshops. Yep. So you can see that now there's the treasure starting to be put in there. If I went over the ore and I picked it up, of course, that automatically puts that currency. And I think lapis is worth 20 stones per lapis. So that would be 60 lapis that would be added into my stones there if I picked it up, because it automatically generate that over into my stones. So I'm starting to do that. That's going to take a while because it's a lot of fun, because now it's kind of, well, what are you going to get? What am I going to give players? Which the testing of the game is really going to come into play. Because I might have to nerf it a little bit, or I might have to, amp it up a little bit, because things are a little expensive. But I think there's a total of, I want to say, 400 or 500 stones on the first map. That's it. So if you're playing with multiplayer, if the top player, or the player that got around fastest, he would only have 500. So if you actually split it up, it'd be different. But there are areas. I think I showed this in my last video. This was originally going to be a shop, but for some reason, my command blocks got corrupted here. Let's just give myself, just for an example, let's go give myself some rotten flesh. So I have a stack of rotten flesh. Once I stand on this chest plate, did I say chest plate? This pressure plate, it'll start taking the rotten flesh from me and add 64. And I think it's 1. I put a little sign over here. Rotten flesh is worth 1 stone. String is worth 2 stones. And spider eyes, because they're more of a rare drop, are 10 stones. And these are basically called bounties. These are mob bounties. And these are basically what the gatekeepers are giving you for your efforts. We'll get more into that later. But if I stand on this pressure plate, if you watch my player, not the offline, I got to fix my scoreboard. I haven't wrote my commands to take everything off. That part's way down the road. So I'm at 9,500. I step on this. I should be 9,564. Yep, there we go. So I got paid for my bounties. And there's going to be shops everywhere. Some of them are being big. Some of them are only going to trade in maybe bone at one. And maybe you don't have any bone, but you got plenty of rotten flesh. It's going to be so irritating. I'll be laughing. But then there'll be other shops that basically buy everything in that shop. Whatever drops you have, they'll buy it. The higher up, the harder the rarer the drop, and the harder to get the drop, the more money you're going to get for it. So there's different ways to make money. So if this map only had 500 ore in it, it's not a big deal if you're playing a co-op or a player versus player, and all the treasure chests are empty. The game's not over. It's not like, oh no, if you're a new player. No, you just got to work a little bit harder. The quicker you are to join a game, or the quicker you are to get into someone's server or this game, you get rewarded for it by, hey, you got more treasure, you got more things to choose from. But once you start moving up in the game, you'll understand that you can use some of the drops to craft things and stuff like that. And like I said, you can actually go over, trade that in, use that money. Rotten flesh would be one of the worst to get, because it's plentiful. You can go to the desert, and as you can see, mobs can't spawn in here anywhere really. They could spawn here in the center. They could spawn over here, but on dirt paths or grass paths, whatever. I think they call them grass paths, which is weird. They don't spawn, but they'll spawn behind this house. They'll spawn inside here if the lighting level's low enough. I think it is in certain areas, like right over here. They might spawn right in that square. But then there's part of the map like this over here where it's sand. So at night, this is just going to be full of, it won't be husk, but there are, here's the thing, it'll be full of everything, creepers, everything else, but husk will actually spawn in here as well, because in some areas, I don't want to destroy anything, I'll look for it, I can tell, because it might look like, well, you kind of messed up there. Right in here, there is a husk spawner, right over here as well, there's a husk spawner. Anywhere there's triple blocks, the chances there's a husk spawner behind it, but you can't really, there's one behind there too, but you really can't tell from here, But yeah, that's kind of the way it is. But if you had a map and you kind of understood the game and how I'm making it and how things work, you could look at it and go, oh yeah, I think there's probably a spawner there. For instance, there is because this is not a true pillager outpost. This was actually, I used a structure block, copied this in, and if you watched, I'm not going to tell you the episode. It was one of the earlier episodes. It was probably in the 20s. I copy and paste this, put this in here, and there is a pillager spawner in here. Just like in the Woodland Mansion, because it's not a true Woodland Mansion, I actually what's the word I'm looking for? I actually structure block that in here. So there are evokers. There's everything in there. It's going to be nuts. Even the mob they took out. So yeah, it's going to be pretty good. So you're going to have the wandering mobs. You're going to have the animals that you can kill. Use fireplaces or camp. A campsite or campfire to cook your food and stuff like that. So you can sit here and fish. You can craft a bow, string, and a stick. You can sit here and fish all day. Whatever it is your fancy is, whatever it is you fancy. So that's your food right there. Now, at some point in the game, not right now, not during this testing phase, there will be trade stations where you could actually trade other players. So you have food. You could actually not just help a player out by giving them food. They can actually give you an item for money. Meaning, say if you give them food, they give you rotten flesh. You understand? So you do still have a currency that you can trade for, and I guess players would have to decide what they're going to trade, what the value of the trade is. So that's up to the players. But at some point there will be a trading system where you can actually go and trade your stone directly to another player. I just have to set that up a little bit. But there's not going to be many places that you can do that, but there will be places. Let's go with what I was going to say about Speed Ray when I was over here. So Speed Ray makes another appearance, and I wrote this in Discord for you guys, and this is what I was talking about. So there will be multiple places for you guys. There's good old Speed Ray. So he's basically here. So, since you met him before, it's good to see you again, hero. I see you are getting to understand how the Dream Realm works. And he sells different items. Now we're getting into potions, golden carrot, totem of undying. We're getting into, more specialty items. So we're getting a little bit more expensive. Like the totem's 2,500 stones, and potions are kind of expensive. But you can actually find the material and the ingredients you're going to need to make these, in the world. So yeah, Speed Ray makes another appearance. Good old Speed Ray. We have Hamburger over here, aka Jess Boy. There he is. He's making his appearance, and he's in here selling stuff. Wow, you are living up to your reputation. So he's in here selling stuff. He's got an anvil. He's even got the Ender Pearl, and he kind of gives you a clue what you can do with an Ender Pearl. And I told you, like, if there's a 1x1 square, just a block opening, you can actually use your Ender Pearl to go through there. You won't be able to use your Ender Pearl to get over, if you're standing here, you won't be able to use your Ender Pearl to get around the map, because that would be cheating, because there's going to be barrier blocks above here, so you can't do stuff like that, and you can't, whatever. But Ender Pearls will allow you to do that. Also, there'll be areas where there will be a slab here, and if you're a scribe, you can actually jump over that one, that block and a half space, if you're a scribe. Or if you make a potion of leap, stuff like that. But also, you can use Ender Pearls. So, yeah, it'll be interesting how players tackle, and kind of use their imagination to get around the map. And you'll make your way back and forth several. Players are going to memorize a lot of this. They're going to know exactly where to go. Because, like I said, it's not designed as to, you're only supposed to pass through it once. Once you get past, an area, you don't have to go back to that area. You just keep progressing forward. No, you can actually go back and go to different places that you visited before, and realize, I didn't solve the puzzle, or, like I said, you have to go to each statue, and each statue is going to have an end portal frame there that you have to get to finish the game. So you may have to come back. I have to still put in the beacons here, so when you take it, the basic maze for this, and this won't be in the test, the basic maze part of this is you have to go up the vines. It's kind of a maze-like. And you have to go all the way up here to the top, This is a big giveaway, guys. And right here is going to be a chest, and that's going to have the end portal in it. And that's where you're going to need to take it. And once you take that, fireworks are going to go off, and a beacon is going to light this up. And this beacon is going to be green to kind of go with the theme here of the forgotten green jungle overgrown. And that is going to tell other players that the end stone is gone. It's been taken. This part of the map is complete. So not to make their way to the dragon. But you still might want to make your way over here. There's going to be treasure, hidden stuff. There might be something, climb up in this tree here. There may be a chest right here, with something in it. You just never know where there's going to be stuff. Some trees you might be barrier blocks blocking it off, but there might be one area. You try to climb a tree and that area is open to climb. So it's going to well, man, I am a loss of words today. I don't know what it is I was going to say, but it's going to, I don't know. It's going to drive me nuts if I don't get it. It's going to, I'm just going to say easily force players to look around, or I still can't find that word, but it's going to make things interesting for people that like to explore. And that's about it, guys. I just wanted to put that together. Oh, before I leave, let me give Dreamcraft a little shout out over here. I gave Hamburger, I gave Speed Ray, and here's Dreamcraft sitting over here, and he will sell you maps. And I don't know if I said that last video, but he'll sell you maps. And it's an empty map. You can open it here, get a map of this already, have that in your hand. So once you find your way down there, easy cheesy peasy. Or you can keep that empty map, leave this area, go over here, boom, open it here. You have this area open with that map, or yada yada. Kind of getting the point here, yeah. So that's what's cool about empty maps. Bit pricey. I think it's 5,000 stones, which later in the game, who knows? Maybe you'll be rolling in dough and you can afford to buy maps for every single place you are. I'm going to give a shout out for an old buddy of mine, Zombie Dragon. He's going to be over here. I need to set up his shop, and he's the last shopkeeper for these 9 maps. And then, like I said, I got to get into the treasure. I got to get into the players' workshops, and then the game's ready for testing. Can't wait. Anyway, that's going to do it for now, guys. I hope you enjoyed that. Hey, if you're not part of the community, you happen to find this video, this is more for the community and the members and the people that are going to help test out the game. But if you want to become a part of that, in the description, you'll see a code to join us on Discord. Hey, do that. Guys, don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. Make sure to catch me on a better day when I'm not so busy. But I appreciate you all, and you guys stay safe, and I'll see you guys next video.